You have a question? Oh, yes, I have an answer. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on this video. This is another episode of Ask James. Let's get to this letter. Not too bad. Okay. A little lengthy, but not too bad. Okay. Hi James, I'm a huge fan of your videos and I would love to get some advice from you. Okay. I'm in the National Guard. Back in February, I got into a physical altercation with my battle buddy. She tried to sneak me from behind. I caught her and I started whooping her ass. Okay. We both lost rank and she went out of her way to try to get me kicked out. It didn't happen because they reviewed this video surveillance and it shows that she actually started. She's been bothering me since I got to the unit 3 years ago. Wow. She feels like our superior shows me favoritism. Not only that, from my understanding, she felt like I stole a man that never belonged to her 2 years ago. That's right, 2 years ago. I don't want that motherfucker, okay? Until this day, she does indirect shit. We're going to the field next week, and I would hate for it to be a part 2. I don't understand why she's so mad, especially since she started the fight and been trying me since I've been at the unit. I don't understand why would you want to bother someone who you know is going to whoop your ass. If I lost a fight, I would take my loss and go on about my business. It's not my fault that I'm pretty. I have long, pretty hair, got an hourglass figure, and I'm successful. What should I do? Because I would hate to beat the brakes off her and possibly get kicked out. Okay. Well, let me say this. Now, there's a lot of little pieces in there. One, no, you can't help. You can't help how you look. You can't help how what your physical is. There's nothing that you can do about that. Your physical is what your physical is. And if she has some issues about what your physical appearance is, that ain't got nothing to do with you. I always say it is not my business what you think of me until you bring it to me. Now, once you bring it to me and you make it my business, then that ass whooping you were talking about, that's probably what you're going to get out of it. So it's different in just regular life as opposed to the life that you have, baby. You're at work and you're at work 24 hours a day. So you're in the service. You're in one of those job functions where you're never off work. You are Uncle Sam's girl all the time. You're always at work, so there's never a time that is safe to really whip her ass. So I'm going to say this. She sounds like a petty Betty. She's maybe a little jealous, especially when it comes to this whole situation of that man, honey. All you got to do is add a little piece of paint, honey, and it just really clouds judgment and makes people act stupid. But nothing that you've said about her says to me that she's worth your career. Because that's what you have. You have a career. It's not a job. You have a career. You have too much to lose. Too much to lose. So I can't condone you beating on her other than her putting her hands on you. And I really would hate for that to happen, because eventually somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody's going to really get hurt, because an ass whooping can very easily turn into, something even more than that. And anytime you're fighting with a person and it's multiple fights, it becomes, it's more than a fight. It becomes a real live battle. And I don't think I have to tell you, about battle. I don't know. Again, other than you really have to kind of ignore her. Don't fuck up your money with her. She would love it. She's already shown that she would love to knock you out of your space. And that's what her whole point is. It's more so, it's not about whooping your ass. I think she's already accepted that she can't whoop your ass, so she wants to try to whip you in a way that she can. And if she can fuck with your money, then you lose. Don't you let that bitch fuck with your money. You ignore her. If she puts her hands on you, wring her fucking neck. And again, there is so much video around anymore, and there is, you got to pass, and there's paperwork, so hopefully the paperwork will stand up, and what the past is will stand up to whatever it is you have to do. But I'm going to pray that you all don't come to blows, because again, all this constant fighting, if you keep fighting and fighting, somebody's going to end up hurting. Either she knows she can't whoop you, she's going to try to really hurt you, or you'll just be so sick of her till you're going to wring her fucking neck. So my advice is to think of your career. When it comes to her, think of your career. Think of your future. What kind of future do you want? Do you want her to dictate that you have to go do something else that you're good at? Or do you want to let it actually be that you do what it is that you want to do, that you're supposed to be doing? So that's that. That's where I'm going to leave that. Do you want to let that whore dictate you being at the post office possibly, and you might not be able to get in the post office and get kicked out of the service, but you being over at the post office? Or do you want to be a celebrated, fantastic soldier who actually made a career and really did what she wanted to do and made yourself the best woman that you could actually be? And I think you know the answer. Go on and be great, baby. Don't fuck her. Go be great. She's miserable. Don't you let her draw you in to be miserable. You go on and be great. And thank you for your service, sister. And now that I've said all the stuff that I'm supposed to say, just remember, if she put her hands on you, tear her goddamn ass up, honey. Eat her ass up without no salt and pepper. She ain't got to put her hands on you. You have something you need to get off your chest, or something you need some help with? I'll give it my best shot. Send me an email to spillitboy@gmail.com, and in the title line, you want to put "Hey James" to make sure that I actually see it. If you don't put "Hey James" in the subject line, I'm not going to see it. It's going to continue to be an issue. So send me an email and we'll talk about it later.